Ladies and gentlemen, this is my first beer for tonight. I am Special Andre. This is the Competo Cup number 31, and we are here in the quarterfinal number 2. This is the first game of the quarterfinals I'll be casting today. The other quarterfinal currently running is Nogram against Cuba, which is a ZVZ, but I decided to go for a PVT instead. We got mOnNan, who is playing against Sif. Sif spawning here as the blue Protoss player in the bottom left location. In the top left location we have mOnNan spawning next to him, so here we see a very fast Nexus. Here we see this command center even faster being built by mOnNan already. And so to top things off, good evening, guten Abend, buonasera, buenas noches, konnichiwa, xin chao, ni hao, yo estet kivanok. Grüezi wohl, grüß Gott, dobre večer, good afternoon, good avond, shalom, salam alaikum. Here we go, and let's see what each player is currently doing. mOnNan, after going, looks like he went for a barracks with an add-on first, then went for the command center, followed this up by 2 more barracks. Now we see the factory. He all sustained this Marauder and add-on and Stimpack production out of 1 refinery for the moment, so not having too much gas, but on the other hand, having quite a lot of minerals to be able to produce stuff. Meanwhile, Sif, here we have 1 gate, and there we have 3 more gates. There's gate number 4, and this Nexus just finished, and the main outed probes just arrived here at his natural expansion. Looks like he's got a pylon at the front. He's about to move out. How many bunkers does mOnNan have? And 1 bunker might not be enough. The Stimpack will only be finished in the next 10 seconds, so if Sif is going to attack right now, he might be able to do some damage, but what about the Stimpack? Stimpack still takes 5 seconds, so this attack here for Sif can be very successful, but he was a little bit too afraid there. He could have easily taken out 3 more Marauders. Now those Marauders stimming, more force fields being placed, and looks like Sif is retreating, which in my opinion is a smart choice to do. So just imagine if Sif would have attacked like 5 seconds earlier, he could have killed like 2 or 3 more units in total. I would not have said that he was able to kill mOnNan with this attack, but he would have killed a couple of more SCVs trying to keep this bunker alive. And if you have the choice to take out units or take out the bunkers, if you can, take out the units first, because the units not being inside a bunker, yes, as soon as they are gone, your forces take less DPS. And of course, force feeding a bunker to prevent the SCVs from repairing it is also a nice thing. So now Sif, of course, after this failed attack, is retreating. Now the counter attack by mOnNan is happening because he is able to move out. His production is kicking in. He's got the 3 barracks. Now barracks number 4 will be finished soon. He's got the reactor here prepared for the starport already. There we see the reactor swap. So Marine Marauder Medivac, it is by mOnNan, who is now here near the natural entrance against on Sif's base. And there he did a scan. Now the Marauders moving up. Nice force fields, but the Marauders trying to just kill as much units as possible. Force field number 3 and 4 were not too effective, but now Sif, with having those zealots being warped in, he is able to take out all the remaining forces. So a lot of units lost here for Sif, because the Stalker is actually a little bit more expensive than the Marine and the Marauder army, but looks like mOnNan is going for another attack once again. Meanwhile, Sif has 2 important things he needs to pay attention to. Number 1 is chrono boosting the shit out of this robo facility, because his robo bay just finished and then he will have a Colossus. And number 2 is to maintain this Nexus. Now this Nexus is still hidden. mOnNan, even though he's got a floating scouting factory, he does not know about this expansion yet, because this Nexus just has been warped in like 30 seconds ago. Meanwhile, mOnNan is going for the expansion himself. Did I see an observer? Yes, he is an observer, still flying around. And now with mOnNan having the Medivacs, of course he can drop here in that area. Of course he can drop in the mineral line of the natural expansion. Of course he might be even later on able to siege up on the low ground, but looks like he's currently only focusing on the Marinas and the Marauders. Meanwhile, a small drop is happening here in the main base 2 warped in, 3 warped in units get taken out right away. It's not the most effective gameplay. Meanwhile, at the top, mOnNan doing a good job lifting up those Marines and Marauders who were trapped in the force fields, pulling back with those units. And this attack is still continuing here now. This one Colossus is taking out the forces, or at least forcing those units to retreat, but the damage has been done. Meanwhile, another drop is happening at the natural expansion here of Civ, so mOnNan currently all over the place, doing a wonderful job at multitasking, attacking at different locations at once. What is about? No, he still does not know about this expansion. And what about the Marauder, the Medivac? Looks like he is going for a retreat, but he actually did quite a lot of damage, killed some probes here, killed some probes there. He was playing very cost effective, lifting those units up trapped in the force fields here, placed by the sentries. Quite a good, well executed attack. So in terms of units lost, we see Civ is behind 1,500 resources. Now mOnNan is doing a scan and he knows, okay, there were some probes moving down to the ground. Stimp Marauders moving up, trying to take out this Colossus. The Colossus is at 19 HP, and this attack was not worth it at all because mOnNan just lost 4 units here without being able to kill this Colossus. So a little bit more decisive action would have been nice here. So more units being dropped here in the mineral line of Civ. Now he's moving in only with a couple of Stimp Marauders, and this is actually how you should do it, but then he was pulling away this Marauder once again, and if he should have just decided, okay, I just move a couple of meters forward and then I will be able to take out the Colossus, but this was not what he's doing, and that's why this follow-up attack actually not doing anything at all. The only thing it did maybe bought him a little bit more time. Now mOnNan realizing, okay, still have this Medivac, time to move back home, heal up the Marauder, and he's expanding once again to the top right location. Meanwhile also getting more upgrades, getting the armory. He's got the Ghost Academy for the Möbius reactor already finished, and he's going for the +2. There's the armory, he's going for the +1 armor and pretty soon for the +2 attack, because yeah, here Engineering Bay number 2 is finished as well. So he wants to attack once again, force fields being placed, and at the same time once again he is dropping here at the natural expansion of Civ, and with him dropping here and attacking at the same time here at the second expansion, he's just doing a good job at abusing the mobility provided by the Stimpack, by the Medivacs, to just outrun all those forces here by Civ. Once again another engagement in the middle coming up, but Civ, he's doing a good job at least not losing any Colossi, so he's just getting more and more Colossi. He's currently at 4 if I am not mistaken, yes exactly. Now going for the charge upgrade as well. There we just see more and more units streaming in, because mOnNan, he is quite on a good production. I mean, he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 barracks, 6 of those with a tech lab, 1 with a reactor, so he's able to produce quite a lot of Marauders, and Marauders is what his army mainly is consisting of. So now he's got 4 Vikings in the mix. We do not see a Raven or something like this at all. Once again he's dropping. Maybe we'll most likely be able to take out the Stalker, and now with the Vikings this Colossus is going down as well. Meanwhile he's dropping once again in the main base. Now this force is still not yet being used here to take out, to attack at the front entrance. Now this Medivac survives with 6 HP. The forces have been cleared up, but still those Marauders are doing more and more damage. Currently stimming once again. Is he going for a gateway? Maybe a pylon, but now here come more Stalkers. Stalkers will get taken out pretty soon. Yes, there goes the Stalker down. Meanwhile, the Vikings trying to take out another Colossus. They are successful, and looks like he wants to sacrifice his Viking to take out a new Colossus as well. Nice EMP, all those sentries, and the Stalkers are without energy, are without shields. And what about this last Colossus? Taking some damage. This Viking is at 20 HP, Civ not focusing down the Viking just in time, and now with the last Colossus gone, GG is called. So very well executed attack by mOnNan. Of course I was wrong about the color. mOnNan is the red Terran player and Civ is the blue Protoss players, but GG is called, and Xelnaga Caverns is map number 2 here in this quarterfinal. So very well played by mOnNan. Good job at attacking at 3 different locations at once. This is how you should do it. And with the Vikings, then of course he was able to take out the Colossi in addition to the Marauders. Very well played.